Welcome, everybody, to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode number 67 of NasCard Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal, Val. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, King NASCAR. Logan, how are you?
Greetings, everybody. Doing fine?
And Jason is back on the DL list. So we hope you feel better. Get well soon, Jason.
Yeah, say a little prayer for him if y'all don't mind.
Definitely. Got a super show for you today. We're going to discuss the Xfinity Series and Cup Series races as they were racing. Truck was off, F1 was off, and then we're going to talk about the 1977 1979 Sportcaster set.
Yeah, the auto racing portion of it, the whole big set is
There's a
that was
lot, but
yeah.
yeah. And then we're going to discuss some eBay auctions and some repacks that folks are seeing, NASCAR trading card repacks that people are seeing out in the wild. So, and anything else we can think of while we're discussing here. So, but let's get to this show. As I said, the Camping World Truck Series was off. Their next race is October 30th. So we still have another week or two. And that'll be their second to last race. And then I think it's time for the Final Four in Phoenix for them. So, but we haven't had any movement since Talladega. John Hunter Nemechek is still leading in points, followed closely behind Ben Rhodes, and then Matt Crafton and Sheldon Creed start to descend in points, with Stuart Friesen on the line, just over the cut line. So, but still another race to go before the Final Four. Over to Xfinity Series. That was the 17th annual Andy's Frozen Custard 335, and that was Saturday, October 16th at Texas Motor Speedway. And that car 54, where are you? That was in first place, John Hunter Nemechek.
Yeah, that car 54 is it's a Hot Wheels car or something. It's burning up the track. I don't know why Joe Gibbs's other Toyotas cannot win another race or win a race. I don't think. I think the 54 is the only one that's won a race this year in Xfinity. I don't think the other cars have won anything.
Well, I saw that the car 54 has won 10 races this year. Kyle Busch was piloting it, Christopher Bell, Ty freaking Gibbs, John Hunter Nemechek.
Yeah, and you can call Kyle Busch KFB as he likes to be called these days, but it's not freaking.
So, and then our highest finishing rookie was Sam Mayer. So, John Hunter Nemechek, he was moonlighting over in the Xfinity Series as the Truck Series was off. And also, side note, it looks like he got extended at Kyle Busch Motorsports for the Truck Series for next year. So,
Yeah, that was a heck of a comeback for him in that race because he got penalized for one of his guys went over the wall too soon. There was a car that was pitted with in front of their or actually behind where they were pitting. They had their hood up and had some smoke coming out, so they couldn't see. But a rule is a rule, and NASCAR ruled it that one of the guys went over the wall too fast, so he had to go back to the back of the longest line, and he worked his way all the way back up and won that race. That was a great race. I really love seeing him get up there and dice it. And man, he made some spectacular moves through the traffic, and he made some 3 wide, 4 wide passes, and another coat of paint, he might have crashed. It was pretty spectacular to see it.
yeah, poor Daniel Hemrick probably was hoping that John Hunter Nemechek would stay in the Truck Series as he's finished second and led 55 laps. John Hunter Nemechek led 92 laps. Finishing in third was Noah Graskin. So, with no Xfinity playoff drivers finishing first, the playoff standings kind of stayed the same, or I would say they moved around a little bit, but nobody punched their ticket to the Final Four.
Yeah, that means we're going to have more people getting in on points now, which I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, I guess it's good for those who haven't won, so they can get up there and score a lot of stage points. They may be able to, like you said, punch their ticket into the Final Four.
Yeah, we'll go over the playoff standings here in a second, but circling back to John Henry Nemechek, we've talked about his cards before. He's in the 2016 Panini Certified, card number 47. with about 10 different parallels and about 10 different certified potential signatures. And then he's also in Panini Prism, the fire suit fabrics and driver signatures, no base cards. And then in Panini Torque, he does have a base card in that series, card number 65, as well as about 8 parallels with printing plates, test proof with black, cyan, magenta, and yellow. And then there's combo material signatures, green, number to 25, and red, number to 49.
It's a lot of cards, man.
Yeah, not too bad considering certified and Torque have base cards in it. So, and as we talked about him being the Cup Series and then going to the Truck Series, as he's in the running for championship series there, him re-signing with Kyle Busch, his future is so bright he's got to wear shades.
Yeah, and I guess again he's in it to win it. So I think he's more worried about just winning races. And like I said, when you win races, the championships, at least the opportunities for the championships come. So good for him. I'm proud for him.
Yeah, and then Sam Mayer, highest finishing rookie in position 13. We talked about his cards last week, where his rookie cards are in 2020 Donruss, and then Donruss Optic. He's got the rated rookie in the Donruss series, and then the Optic. He also has that rated rookie in that rated rookie section. So with Optic signatures, which are kind of, I'll say, short supply, where they're serial number to 99 or 1. So, but then he's in a lot of the Chronicles Score with Score autographs, Spectra, Panini National Treasures, and then Panini Prism signing sessions. No base cards in 2020 Panini Prism, but he does have the signing sessions and about, looks like 10, 12. So I'm not going to go through them all since we covered it last week, but Sam Mayer, up and coming.
Yeah. I expect him to be in the championship 4 next year. Just watching him and how he's performed this year, doing a limited schedule and then doing some fill-in duty and other things he's been doing. I'm very impressed with him. And like I said, I'm already a fan, as we all know why.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to mark the tape and we'll see how this works out next year. But I'm not going to bet against you. He's doing great. So, and running for Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm expecting Ty freaking Gibbs to be up there too, hopefully.
Yes. Yeah, I think I was reading that the worst kept secret or guess is Ty freaking Gibbs getting a permanent ride next year in Xfinity Series with Harrison Burton moving up, and there was somebody else too. So we'll see.
Yep, we'll see.
Next race, Kansas Speedway. That's the Kansas Lottery 300. Saturday, October 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern. Stages are 45, 110 laps for 300 miles. In the playoff standings after Texas, AJ Allmendinger, 30 points ahead of 5th place. Austin Cindric, plus 26. But then when you start getting into it, Justin Allgaier, plus 4. Noah Graskin, plus 2. Daniel Hemrick, minus 2. Justin Haley, minus 6. So it's going to be a little dogfight for those final 2 positions, I think.
Yeah, 3 through 6 are going to be tough. I think Harrison Burton and Brandon Jones are out of it.
Yeah, they need to win. They need a little bit of that car 54 magic.
Yeah.
Just change the numbers of the car on the car for them. So anyway, moving over to the Cup Series, that was the 17th annual Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500. That was Sunday, October 17th. That was race number 33 at Texas Motor Speedway. There's the Kyle Larson show.
I was asleep. That was a snoozer. That race was no fun for me.
Kyle Larson led 256 laps.
Yeah,
334.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm glad he won. I'm proud of him, but that race was a snoozer for sure. It just didn't do anything for me. He just got out there and whooped everybody's butt.
Yeah, and Chase Briscoe came in 15th, and with that, Kyle Larson punches his ticket to the Final Four and Phoenix.
Hey, nice sound effects. I like that.
Thank you. So with that, Kyle Larson punching his ticket, And his rookie cards in 2013, we've talked about those before with the Total Memorabilia and Fanfare. But I thought we'd take a different approach today and talk about his 2014 cards. He has about 80 cards in 2014. Didn't realize he had that many, but he's in the base press pass, card number 43 and 50. And there's a gold version of each of those. And then you have the color proofs, magenta, black, cayenne, and yellow. He's also in American Thunder, card number 23 and 57, which is a dual Jamie McMurray and Kyle Larson. There's color proofs of those as well, cayenne, magenta, black, yellow. There's Climbing the Ranks, which is an insert card. Class A uniforms, memorabilia cards. Battle Armor, also memorabilia. Autographs, white serial number to 25, blue to 10, and red to 5. Brothers in Arm autographs.
Yeah, those base cards that he's got in there also have his rookie card logo on there too.
Yes. And thank you for bringing that up, because it's more confusing for NASCAR collectors where they have the rookie card on those cards. So, but he does have 2013 cards as well, and then, as Logan said, the 2014, and then the Brothers in Arms relics, and then Great American Teams autographs. Those are pretty cool, and those are numbered 25 and 1. He's also in 5-star, which I totally forgot that he was in the 2014 Press Pass 5-star, which seems to be actually very limited, with the base card number 18, serial number to 15, the holofoil to 10, the blue to 5, and the melding to 1. Keep an eye out for the 5-star cards.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of 5-star cards of any kind, really, when you think about it. I mean, there's some out there, but those things are probably more limited than we thought, because they were a little pricey, because that wasn't the high-end brand for Press Pass back then.
And I want to say they were like $500 a box back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a major sleeper if you can find that for a decent price. But we talked about it before. I think the press runs for racing are very minuscule compared to the other sports. And either somebody's sitting on a lot of this stuff, or it's just not there. So I think I've seen American Thunder for sale, maybe Redline every once in a while. 2014 Press Pass, I don't think you see too much. I know you don't see 2015, but yeah, so Kyle Larson's in 2014. And then there's also, talking about the Redline, card number 33 is card in there, as well as a few parallels with the blue foil, color proof black and white to 75, color proof cayenne to 50, magenta to 10, National Convention serial number to 5, the green, and yellow serial number to 1. And there's dynamic dual autographs. Those are numbered 25.
Yeah, those National Convention packs, those were the ones I think Kevin was going around giving out. I think that was the year Press Pass didn't have a presence at the National, and they were just giving out those packs, because I was able to get one. I don't know if you were able to get one or not, but all the cards were in there were just, they were actually, of course, numbered to 5.
Yeah, I think you are correct. I remember Kevin walking around those. The good old days with Press Pass where I was at the National Convention.
Yeah, they were. I loved going to the National with those guys, and buying boxes and being able to take them up there and being able to pick an autograph that you liked, out of their case. I mean, you could pick, whatever they had there. I mean, I remember when Carl Edwards was hot, and being able to pick up a lot of Carl Edwards autographs, and Dale Jr. I mean, there was a lot of them that you could get. It was really cool. I missed like you. I missed those days.
Yes. Finishing up with Redline with Kyle Larson. So we have the dynamic dual autographs, the red number to 50, full throttle relics, as well as head to head with Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, red memorabilia to 75, gold to 25, blue to 10, melding to 1. Redline signatures, red serial number to 50, gold to 25, blue to 15, and melding to 10. There's the RPM and Red Line Racers inserts in the Red Line. Then there's 2014 Total Memorabilia, card number 33. There's a red version, gold number to 175, black and white to number 99, and one of my favorite insert sets or memorabilia sets of all time, the Dirt Track Threads. That was from the 2013 Eldora race, I believe.
Yeah, those are cool. You picked up some of those cards at the National, didn't you?
I did. They have some nice big swatches of tire with the knobby dirt track threads on them, as well as the big Goodyear sidewalls. So there's a silver version of 90, gold version of 50, blue to 25, melding 10, and then there's swatches silver single to 275 and gold dual to 65. But we thought we'd change it up this week with Kyle Larson, since he's won so much, and we've been talking about the 2013 cards, which are super scarce to begin with. So I thought we'd talk about our 2014 offerings if you've been priced out of 2013.
Yeah, those are still nice cards.
Oh, definitely. And with him punching his ticket to Phoenix, we'll see. It looks like he's the odds-on favorite.
Yeah, everybody's picking him, but remember last year everybody picked Kevin Harvick. So,
This is true. That's why they race. So you never know
exactly
what's going to happen.
You were reading my mind. I was going to say the exact same thing.
It actually made me think of a couple of years ago where Martin Truex Jr. was winning, and they put the tires on the wrong side of the car.
Oh, yeah.
And that basically left it to Denny Hamlin to win the race. But then they put too much tape on their car. It was overheated. They had to come in and pull that tape off. So Kyle Busch won.
Yep.
So anything can happen that last race, as we've seen that one year. So Chase Briscoe, we've talked about him quite a bit, so I'm going to skip him. But he came in position 15. The next race is Kansas Speedway. That's the Kansas Lottery 400, Sunday, October 24th. Stages are 80, 160, 267 laps for 400.5 miles.
Yeah, you know what I got to say about that?
Carry on my wayward son.
That's what I got to say about that. Play some Kansas.
Yes. Playoff standings after Texas. Kyle Larson, as we said, has punched his ticket, locked into the championship race at Phoenix. Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch are our top four. And outside looking in, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr., and Joey Logano.
Yeah, and Kansas is going to be – it's a good track for Joey Logano. He's won 3 times there, along with Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. So, we could – Harvick could win, and we could have our second non-playoff driver win a playoff race. So anything could happen. Kyle Busch has got 2 wins. Truex has got 2, and so does Keselowski. With Chase Elliott having 1 and Ryan Newman having 1, those are the only active drivers that have won there.
It should be a great race.
Yeah, I hope it is. It's a freaking 1.5 mile track, so I'm hoping. I love Kyle Larson, but he's won enough. Let somebody else win. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're not going to, because they're locked in, they're not going to necessarily push it. They're going to be a little more conservative.
No.
This week, we'll see.
No, because I heard him on Sirius NasCar Radio, and he said he's going there to win that race.
Said he's got an open spot on the mantle.
Yeah, he said he's going to win, man. So okay. I mean, if that happens, then now you've got 2 points positions. So yeah, possible. I mean, we still have Martinsville to go, but I mean, anything can happen. But yeah, he wants to win. I mean, that's what he was telling Claire B. Lang on NASCAR Radio on Sirius XM.
Okay, I missed that. Moving over to F1, they were off last week, but the next race is Sunday, October 24th at 3 p.m. And we've talked about that before. That's going to be at the Circuit of Americas.
Yep, that's going to be the U.S. Grand Prix. That's going to be cool. I kind of almost wish I could go to that.
That's in Austin.
Yeah, that's a long way for me to drive from Memphis. So that's probably not in the cards for me.
So that's at 3 o'clock, and the Kansas race is at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, speaking of Formula One and the United States, I don't know if you've heard this or not, Val, but Colton Herta, IndyCar driver, his dad is Brian Herta. Anyway, he's 20, he's in his 20s, I think 24, something like that. Anyway, there's rumors swirling around that he may go to F1. But the seat that he was going to, or maybe rumored to go to, is the Alfa Romeo team. The Alfa Romeo team is not really the best team in F1. I don't think they've even been on a podium since like 2008. So that's, he would not be the primary driver either. And for those of you who know Formula One, I mean, there's a lot of team orders. So if you're the primary driver for the team, for the 2-car team, and you're running second and you need points, a lot of times they'll have team orders and tell the guy, your teammate who may be in front of you, to back off and let the primary guy pass. So, unlike NASCAR where, it's every man for himself, team orders don't apply, but he would be the second driver. So, I mean, I don't know how good of an opportunity that would be for him. Plus, I've also heard, speaking of the Alfa Romeo team, that Michael Andretti may try to buy into it or buy the controlling shares of that team. I don't know. These are just things I've heard and read. But that would be cool. I would like to see more Americans, be in F1. I think that would spark a lot more interest. And I think, well, not that we don't have that already in the trading card market, but I think that would spark a lot of interest for the general public, especially, the motor racing fans, to have an American in Formula One. I think that would be really, really cool.
Lewis Hamilton to race NASCAR.
Back in the day, do you remember years and years ago, Lewis, I think it was during like the U.S. Grand Prix week, where Lewis Hamilton and of course this is when Jeff Gordon was still racing. Jeff Gordon did some laps in Lewis Hamilton's car, and then Lewis Hamilton did some laps in Jeff Gordon's car. They kind of swapped. I don't know if you remember that or not. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I think that's all we have for our recap and races on tap for this coming weekend. We can move over to the 1977-1979 Sportscasters.
Yeah, those are cool cards. I don't know if anybody out there, I'm sure some of you have collected the Sportscaster cards, but they ran from like 1977 to 79, and it was kind of like a subscription kind of thing. And I wanted to do it back then, but I was just a kid, and I didn't have that kind of money just to spend on a subscription for cards. But what happened was they were distributed over like that 3-year period or whatever. And it was a subscription, and you got like 24 cards or so every month for $1.89. They came in like, they were cello shrink wrapped. I've got a few packs here that have never been opened. But the cool thing about those cards is they weren't just auto racing. I mean, they were literally all forms of motorsports. I mean, all forms of sports, period. I mean, they even had like badminton cards. So it was cool. I mean, you had Muhammad Ali. They had cards from the Olympics. Wayne Gretzky's in there. In fact, the Wayne Gretzky card graded like a PSA 10 is big bucks. But I have always loved those cards, and I was able to get them on the secondary market after, the subscriptions and everything. As the older I got and the more money I was able to earn and buy cards with. But those cards, they had, an auto racing category in those cards, if you want to call it that. And out of I think it's 2,184 cards, they have 120 of them are auto racing cards. So it's conceivable to collect the auto racing. But here's the thing about the auto racing is, since these things were distributed, or manufactured in Europe for the most part, it's real heavy on Formula One, which, you Formula One guys out there are gonna like it, because there's, they have, not only do they have the drivers of the day, but they've got scenes from various Grand Prix races and championship races and things like that. So that's pretty cool. But on the NASCAR side, as far as I know, and I may be wrong, but as far as I know, there's only 3 NASCAR cards in that whole set. And there's Richard Petty, Cale Yarborough, and Daytona 500 are the only ones.
I think that's I knew of the Petty and the Yarborough, and they're purple, correct?
Yeah, the each card, depending on what category they were in, had like a different color, and these have purple. You know, like the Olympics are kind of like an off-white, and I think baseball is I can't remember what baseball is. Maybe it's orange. I don't remember. Football's a different color. Anyway, they're all different colors. So that way, when you bought them, you could actually get. I think they sold a like a plastic case you could put them in, and they had these little like file folder dividers that you could use to put in there, and sort them out by category. So that was really neat.
And I remember, or I don't know, purchased a bunch of these, not a bunch, a stack of them. I guess it was maybe 10 years ago. And I knew boxing is red, so I know there's boxing cards in there as well. And then I think I did it to get the Richard Petty, which naturally I got signed.
Yeah, I got mine signed. I've also got a PSA 10, just a regular card graded of that, and that's one of my favorite. Actually, believe it or not, it's one of my favorite Richard Petty cards because those things are so big. But those cards,
they're not going to break the bank either.
Oh no, they're. I mean, if you buy them ungraded, I mean, you can pick them up for nothing really. I mean, they're very inexpensive, and they're big cards. They're not your standard size cards. They measure 4 3/4 inches by 6 1/4 inches, so they're pretty big. So if you get them graded, they'll go in those big like T1 size holders with PSA, which they weigh a ton. I've got a stack of graded ones probably that's 3 feet tall.
Now, I've seen that there's a variation, I guess maybe printed in Japan. Is that true for the racing set?
Yes. You are spot on. They have the, what was it, the Italian version or whatever it was, and then the Japanese version.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. Every car, as far as I know, I think has got that variation. And of course, everybody wants the Italian versions.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said, a cool little set or a subset. Not going to break the bank. Something little, say oddball, but a little different than trading cards. As we weren't as being auto racing collectors as privileged as getting a baseball card set every year for 70 years. So some of these, you got to pick and choose. But there's plenty of different things to collect, though. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about these cards, too, is there's a lot of Hall of Famers in there. I mean, of course, Richard Petty and Cale Yarborough are both Hall of Famers here. But then you've got the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America, which is in Talladega. And then you also have, let's see, hold on. Did I say that right? No, in Talladega is the International Motorsports Hall of Fame. And then the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America is in Daytona. And a lot of these guys are in those halls of fames. Like you've got Niki Lauda, you've got Sterling Moss, you've got Graham Hill, Jim Clark, Jackie Stewart, and there's even some females in here. There's you got Janet Guthrie in here, and Shirley Modowney are in here for drag racing. So that's really cool.
Now, I saw Al Unser and AJ Foyt.
Yep. So you've got AJ Foyt, and he's kind of, if you want to look at him, he's kind of a crossover between IndyCar and NASCAR, because he did win the Daytona 500, and so did Mario Andretti, who's also in this set. So that's really cool. Like I said, there's a lot of Hall of Famers in here, and the reason I know that is because PSA has got sets for the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America and the International Motorsports Hall of Fame, and I've had to get some of these cards to make those sets, and I've got them complete. So I've learned a lot just from collecting those sets. But it's a cool set. Like I said, there's 120 cards you can get, so it's very collectible. And like what Val said, I mean, they're not going to break the bank. They're very inexpensive for the most part. They are condition sensitive. The corners are not square. The corners are rounded, which does help them from getting damaged. But still, they're such big cards, and they're not on heavy card stock either. So the card stock, kind of makes them flexible. I mean, the card stock is almost kind of like, in magazines where they have the little offers for the cards in there that fall out of the magazines to subscribe to that magazine. The card stock is kind of like that, maybe just a little bit thicker than that, but it's not like your regular card stock we see on trading cards, 3.5 by 2.5 trading cards.
So the racing, I think, to your point, should probably be affordable unless you stumble across the Gretzky or something else that is high dollar. I don't think the racing would be high dollar unless somebody was going after high grade stuff.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I was looking at it last night on eBay, and everything I saw was very, very affordable. I'm hoping to one day get the whole set graded on PSA, but now with the way things have gone, I don't know if that's ever going to be a reality or not. We'll see as time goes on.
Yeah, I think I have a stack of them somewhere. I have to find them again. I think I put them away when I moved, and I don't think I've found them again since. So. But I know I had boxing, and I know I had the Richard Petty. I don't know if I have Yarborough or not. And I know I have some of the Indy guys, or F1 guys.
Yeah, well, there's Indy guys in here too, of course. With the Unsers and I mean, there's a lot of crossovers. AJ Foyt and Mario Andretti, because Mario Andretti, he was a very versatile driver. He drove Formula One, IndyCar, and NASCAR, and won in all of those. So him and AJ Foyt are probably some of the most versatile drivers that have ever lived, in my opinion.
I would agree with you there. Anything they get in, they do very well. And
yep, they do. They've got that desire and the talent that can take you a long way.
Yeah.
But that's something to look at. I mean, for you people that are really getting into Formula One, this would be a cool little set to work on and complete. Of course, you're going to have to get some really big top loaders for them to put them in. But but they're nice cards, and and they have a lot of information on the back. They tell you about whatever the subject is. What kind of races they've won. It talks about gives the bio and all that kind of stuff. They're fun cards. I mean, I'm just a collector, and to me, I just think they're cool.
Totally agree. Like I said, I remember getting Richard Petty to sign that one. So they're nice, informative. Not much more I can say. I would definitely check them out. Check them out on eBay. I guess that's kind of probably the most logical place probably to look for them. I don't know if you see them at yard sales or Facebook Marketplace or not, but give them a look.
You might find something in an estate sale somewhere. You never know, man. I mean, that's the whole beauty of going to those things.
That's true. Well, that's why everybody's listening to NASCAR Radio. We try to bring everybody a little different take on racing cards. We try to relive some of this history or bring some of this information back to the forefront. So,
do you want to talk about the blister packs that we found?
Let's do it. Speaking of what's old is new, so you found some resealed, not resealed packs. What's the right word?
Blister packs.
Well, repacks.
Repack blister packs, whatever you want to call them. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. I guess it was on Facebook that somebody had found some at one of the discount stores. I went and checked mine. I did not find anything, but you had better luck than me. Where did you go?
There's 3 big lots here in Memphis. I went to all 3 once I found this out, literally the next day, because when I found out about it, it was at night. So the next day I went. First 2 I struck out, and I'm thinking, well, crap. Somebody's either bought them all, which I don't think so, or they just haven't got them yet. And then the last one I went to, they had 10 packs of them, and it's kind of like the Target blister packs that they had. There's 2 packs in each blister pack, no loose cards, and some of the ones that I saw were from like 2010 Press Pass, 2006 tracks. At least these were the ones on the top. So I haven't opened up any of them yet. I'm going to probably do some videos. Probably next weekend I'll open them up. But the good thing about them is they're cheaper than the ones they had at Target. These are $3 a hit, so yeah, that's $1.50 a pack. So that's pretty good. And you're getting vintage racing cards, and I got a feeling that there's probably a couple good hits in these things. We'll see as I get them opened up. But yeah, you guys need to go out and check all your big lots and look for these racing cards. And not only that, they had other sports. I saw some football, saw some baseball. Didn't see any basketball, but they, apparently they've got. And I had no idea until I found this out that Big Lots even had trading cards of any kind. But that was refreshing and cool, and gives me something to break here before Prism comes out, which is something else we need to talk about.
Yeah, I saw so many posts on, I think it was the Nuts site, where they actually got a 2013 Fanfare pack, and I believe they hit Kyle Larson auto. So that was that was pretty awesome. Just to even get a Fanfare pack to get a shot at a Larson base card right now.
Oh my God! Yeah, can you imagine? That would be awesome to hit something like that.
Yep. And then
that thing's been sitting out there for all these years, waiting for somebody to bust it.
I don't know who did the repacks, but I'm also excited that the price is a little cheaper, or half the price that they were at Target. So I haven't had any luck in Charlotte with Target or the Big Lots with these repacks. So I'll have to go take another drive to the Big Lots and see if they were able to get a new supply, or even if they carry them. So I don't think everyone gets them.
Yeah, they may not. And I'm going to wait a couple days, and I'm going to go back to the other two. Luckily, the one that I found the cards at was the one furthest away from my house. So the other two are closer. So that works out good for me.
Sure does. And then you mentioned the Prism. I saw that the image of the Prism box was released.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick Graff. His Twitter handle's at DX Flyers. He tweeted that out and tagged me and Val and Jason on it.
Yeah, so I think it was Cardboard Connection where he was linking to that there are 2 exclusive parallels to the Hobby Box, and it looks like the Hobby Box is going to have 4 autos again with those. So no price yet, no release date, but our contact at Panini had mentioned November 3rd. So we should be seeing pre-sale or more information from the big 3, as well as more information from Panini themselves. So hopefully they're not stuck in the supply chain issues. I don't know if you saw this week, Logan, that Upper Deck had canceled some of their hockey releases because of supply chain issues. So I'm hoping that Prism is still on track to be released. So
yeah, me too. I was looking at that box. It's got Kevin Harvick on the box, and what they've got in here, it says look for ultra rare inserts, including, so there's obviously more than just these, Lava Flow and Color Blast.
So Color Blast we had last year.
Yes.
Lava, I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I don't know what Lava Flow looks like. I mean, they may have it in other sports, and I just don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, I think we'd have to look at the other sports and see what they look like. So super excited for Prism.
Yeah, and I just checked Cardboard Connection's website again, and there's still no checklist.
Yeah, usually they don't release until about a week before, but thinking about that week before, that's only like next week.
Yeah, a couple weeks
from now. 3rd.
Yeah.
So we're recording on Wednesday, so 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, 2 weeks exactly. So yeah, I can't wait for Prism. I'm gonna get me a few boxes. I'm sure Panini will be selling those direct. And speaking of that, I don't know if you guys collect other sports. I'm sure a lot of you do, but you see those first off the line for all these other sports, but we never see first off the line for racing. I would love that if they did that. Tracy Hackler, do you hear me?
Yeah, I wish they would. I don't know. They kind of put our sparkly packs in the national treasures. That's what they did last year. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But I when you were talking about being on the website, I think I saw it on the website, or the asterisk said limit 5 per person. I guess when they go on sale through Panini's website. So we'll see. But as
Mhm.
soon as we find out, we will let you know.
Yep, that's another advantage of listening to us.
That's what we do. Trying to
Mhm.
bring you the news. Everything racing trading cards. eBay auctions.
Yeah, yeah. I went perusing through eBay, looking at their sold, completed listings, and not a whole lot to report, but there are some things that I want to tell you guys about that I saw. One of them was from last year's Chronicles in the Spectra. There were two Donald Trump cards, and one of them had his limousine. I forget what do they call that thing, Val? I don't even remember. They call that thing something. There's a name for
Is it
that.
the Beast?
The Beast. Yes. Thank you. That's the elderly person in me coming out. And I couldn't remember. But anyway, there was another one, the date one where he was at the Daytona 500. Anyway, there was a Spectra silver, just a regular silver Prism card, just the regular card, because all those cards are Prism. And it sold on the 17th of this month, just a few days ago. It had a $500 buy it now, and it went for best offer accepted. So, I mean, I don't know what it went for. I don't think it would probably go anywhere close to 500. It maybe half that. Who knows? But that's one card I saw. Another one I saw that closed 2 days ago was a Haley Deegan white holograph numbered to 5. It was auto, and it went for $500 exactly with 38 bids.
Wow.
My God, that thing's ungraded and it's going for $500. That's a lot of activity for that card. That's impressive.
Now, one thing I did see on eBay, and it's actually going on now and will end Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. 1986 Sports Star photographic cards. There's 8 different cards. It has the Dale Earnhardt, Tim Richmond, Neil Bonnet, Darrell Waltrip, Terry Labonte, Bobby Allison, AJ Foyt, the portrait of him, and the Bill Elliott. Current bid is at $305. There's 2 bids so far.
This is not the ones we saw before that got sold several weeks ago. Are they relisting those? The person who won them, I wonder.
Let me
I have
check.
not seen that
Let me check completed.
because I think there were 8 cards in that. And of course, there was a Dale Earnhardt that we talked about that looked really sharp, but I thought might be smaller size, slightly. Yeah, I'm going to go check eBay right now. That's very puzzling. Oh, and my Siri has just gone off by itself. Thank you.
No, they don't show any. And of course, the Earnhardt is not centered. I think the other one we saw was like really nice.
These are 86, right? Yeah.
Yep, 1986. So yeah, so the Earnhardt is off center, but the Tim Richmond looks to be centered nice. The Terry Labonte, which is another one that's a little harder to find. It's not a sharp print like the Tim Richmond and Dale Earnhardt, Harry Gant, but the Terry Labonte is a little tougher. It's off center. Like I said, the bid is at 305. So we'll be curious and we'll report next week what that sells for. So
Yeah, I see that. I'm looking at it right now. I can tell you. But yeah, this is not the same one. Because the Dale Earnhardt is because the one that sold a few weeks ago, the Dale Earnhardt was, like, in my opinion, perfectly centered. So yeah, these are not the same cards. So yeah, that Tim Richmond would be a nice one to get since it's a super short print, and so is the Dale Earnhardt.
now, one other thing that I saw, and it only has about 10 hours left. So by the time you hear this, it will be over. But it's an uncut sheet of 2000 SP Authentic Racing Cards. It's numbered to 408, I believe. And I believe this was a redemption through Upper Deck, through the 2000 SP Authentic program.
Yeah,
But
I think so.
I like them, but I wish so one row is upright and the other row is upside down. I wish they were all facing the same way, but the Jimmy Johnson, I guess the short printed one, the performance one is in the top left corner. So
Yeah, going back to the sports stars for a second, I'm looking at the Bill Elliott, and he's got on the bottom right corner, he's got a significant stain. So yeah, these are definitely not the same cards I saw before. Yeah, I think that Upper Deck was a redemption. Didn't they have was it called Chase the Champion or the anyway? They had those cards where you could redeem if your card won, of course not your card won, but if the driver pictured on that card won the championship, you could redeem it for whatever prizes they had that year.
Okay. Yeah, I remember it being on the wrapper or on the outside of the box about the uncut sheet. So, and I've seen a few of these before. The price is $199.99 with $100 for shipping. So basically $300 plus tax.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, and it's also framed. So I don't know if it's not, I don't think been professionally framed because that'll probably add a few $100 to it, but it is framed. So anyway, I wanted to bring that, make listeners aware that there is such a thing as a 2000 SP Authentic Racing Card uncut sheet.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's nice because it's got the print marks on the left-hand side to adjust the colors.
Oh yeah, the yellow, blue, and red, or magenta, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
something else I saw for Formula One, and this happened back in July 31st, but I just thought it was something to mention. Was a 2009 Top Trumps Sporting Heroes Lewis Hamilton rookie card, PSA 8, and it sold for $499. Buy it now. It's sold. So that was a PSA 8 for that Top Trumps card. Because when we talked about that, was it last week or week before last? Whenever we talked about that the last time, that all these Lewis Hamilton cards that you're seeing right now are not his rookie cards. I mean, they are in high demand, and they are the first pack issued cards of him, but they're not his rookie cards. So you can see that a PSA 8 went for $500 back in July, which, now maybe that's going to be a little lower. I don't know. I think it would be, but still, that's a pretty hefty price for a PSA 8. I've got a raw one here that I've never had graded. I think it'd probably be an 8 or a 9, probably. But as soon as PSA opens up, that's one of the cards I'm definitely going to be sending in. And something else I saw that I thought was really cool that ended on October 5th was a 2020 Panini Prism Bubba Wallace. And I love Bubba. I'm a big fan. It's a gold vinyl endorsement signature card. It's a 1/1. And it had $399.99. Buy it now. And best offer was accepted. So I don't know what the best offer was. I would say, again, probably maybe half of that, maybe a little bit more, maybe $250-ish would be what I would think it would probably go for. So I thought that was cool. And the other thing I saw was this blows my mind. Okay, Val, I don't know if you saw this or not, but this happened back on the 10th, 10 days ago. A 1988 Max Dale Earnhardt Charlotte Promo rookie card number 99 reprint, if you want to call it a reprint or fake or whatever. It's in a CGS holder and graded a 10. It sold for, guess how much?
Don't even know.
You won't believe it. $399.99. Buy it now. It's sold, and it's not even the real card.
Does it list that it's fake on the label?
Yes, it says reprint.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought that was amazing.
Wow, $400 for a reprint. PSA 10.
Well, it's not
Wow.
PSA. It's a CGS.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, CGS
And
10.
yeah, 10. Yeah. So that, like I said, that blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, for $400, you could get yourself probably a PSA 8 real card or somewhere there
Yeah,
close.
I don't know how, if they knew that, if they overlooked that, or I'd love to know the person who bought it. And to each his own, right? So whatever reason,
Yeah,
but
I'm not
I guess
gonna.
just to make sure they realized that it was a reprint. So that was all.
Yeah,
But I guess,
it was in the description.
yeah. So it raises the bar, and it was on the flip.
I didn't really. Excuse me. I didn't look at the flip
Okay.
because the picture was not good, and they had it at an angle and kind of this
Oh, okay.
sideways, and the picture was terrible.
Gotcha.
But maybe that was on purpose. I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. But
Yeah, yep. I can sum it up in one word. You never know.
but that 88 Max, that image it's iconic. So
It is.
well,
So
cool.
that's all I've got on the eBay front. Something I did notice on eBay though was you can now, it's a beta thing. You can now go in there and add your collection into eBay, and you can, I guess you can get pricing on the cards, and you can move them into sales and whatever. So you can actually have your own collection, stored as far as just the descriptions and pictures and all that stuff inside of eBay, which is what we've kind of heard what they were going to anyway. That's what they were working towards. And it's a beta thing. I don't know if everybody's got it. I've got it on mine. It says beta. So that's something you might want to check out. I mean, I'm not going to mess with it personally. I don't have time to mess with it, and I just don't want them to know what I got anyway.
Now I looked at that a few months ago, and I want to say at that time they did not have any NASCAR. So I think there's a place to leave feedback, which I did, about not being able to do this for NASCAR. So
Yeah, I didn't even click on it. I'm just telling you guys what I saw, because it looks like you have to upload it through a CSV file out of Excel or something. I don't know what all the fields are that they're looking for that you have to do. I'm sure there's description, price, and player or your driver name or player name, whatever. I'm sure there's a lot of that. But again, I just literally saw that earlier today, but I just didn't have time to really investigate it any further.
but yeah, everybody check it out.
Yeah, you might like it. Like I said, I just don't have time for it.
Totally understand. Well, I want to thank everybody, our new listeners out in California, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Ohio. And we don't want to forget about the other folks in some of the other states: Pennsylvania, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, Georgia, Minnesota, Nebraska, Kansas,
Carry on my
Maine,
wayward son.
Mississippi, New Hampshire, Alabama, Idaho, Missouri, Tennessee, West Virginia, and some from unknown, which I don't know, where they're using a VPN or something. So, and of course, some of our favorite countries: Canada, Belgium, Germany, and the UK.
Yeah, we love all you guys. Thanks for listening.
Definitely.
You want to do a recap of all the episodes where they can find more information?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, check out NasCardRadio archives if you're looking for information for some of the older sets that we've done before. Kind of like today we did the 1977-79 Sportscaster, but episode number 29 we did 1972 STP, the 1982 Kidco, episode 50, episode 31 1983 Uno, also episode 31 the 1985 Sportstar Photographic Stickers, show 33 86 Sportstar Photographics, 1987 and 88 World of Outlaws, Jeff Gordon with the little pencil mustache there as a 16-year-old. Episode number 40, That's episode 40. 1989 Max 48, 1988 Max 38 and 39, 1990 Max 51. So those are some of the shows that we've talked about, some of those series. Anything else, Mr. Logan?
That is all I've got for this week, man. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I can't wait for Kansas. So thanks everybody for listening. Please like and share the podcast. Share NASCAR trading cards with your friends. And from me, Jason, and Logan, we will catch you next week.